Now might be the best time to purchase a Model 3, but you might want to wait because there are new price incentives and price decreases. So when do you buy the Model 3 and what are these big changes? Let's get into all of that in this video. If you are thinking about the Model 3, if you have not heard by now, there are big changes confirmed for the Model 3 called Project Highland. And we've seen leaked images of the new design. There's a brand new Model 3 coming, but when is it gonna get here and what are the new incentives specifically happening just days ago for the Model 3? Here they are. Incentive number one, if you are a prospective Tesla Model 3 owner, specifically in Texas, and you sign up for Tesla Electric, you will get free overnight charging. But here's the catch. There are two big changes that we're about to talk about for those of you who are not in Texas, but let's just go over this real quick. You must be an eligible Tesla buyer, and you also must pick up your Model 3 between May 26th and June 30th of this year. So remember, this is incentive number one. This might give us an idea of when the Project Highland refresh will happen. By June 30th is the latest date for this Texas incentive. And it goes on to say you must sign up for Tesla Electric, you must enroll in the charging plan, live at a utility service address that has a retail choice in Texas, and a few other points there. But this may give us a hint. Is June 30th the final date that Tesla is trying to move some of their current inventory prior to the Project Highland release? Because of this deadline, will July 1st be the first day that Project Highland comes out? Well, time will tell for that. Let's get on to the next point that affects everybody if you're thinking about a Model 3. The next incentive applies to everyone, and it has to do with current inventory. There are current incentives. Tesla is slashing prices on Model Y and Model 3 vehicles in current inventory, and here's how much you're going to save. So certain examples have been posted online, and the price cuts range from location. Many have been reporting that the Model Y has been seeing a slightly lower decrease for current inventory, as the Model 3 is taking the highest discounts, some examples as high as $1,600 or more. So if you are looking at a Model 3, now might be the best time to buy. If you're not worried about getting the refreshed version, you can look at that current inventory in areas near you. You could pick up one soon because they are currently in stock and pay less. But now you have to factor in incentive number three, and that has everything to do with breaking news. Now every single Model 3 fully qualifies for the EV tax credit maximum of $7,500. This news just coming out recently, Tesla updating their website to reflect now the rear wheel drive, that is the Model 3 that I own, now qualifies not for half, which initially it was listed at $3,750. Now you're gonna get $7,500 in tax credit. Let's go over this change. So the reason initially that the Model 3 was getting half is because CATL, the battery supplier for this particular model, is based in China, thus making it disqualified for the Inflation Reduction Act. Well, now things apparently have changed and now you can fully qualify, but there's also this to think about. There are state incentives to factor in as well. So factoring those incentives with the $7,500 brings the cost to buy a rear-wheel drive Model 3 under $30,000 in some cases. So do you buy the current inventory model and save a few $1,000s and get it right away? Or do you wait for the new Project Highland and that $7,500 if you do qualify for that full amount and get the refreshed Model 3 in the Project Highland? The publication said that the updated version of the sedan is slightly longer and sportier than the earlier version, and the interior is also sleeker. So that's going to be really interesting because how much sleeker can you get than the already modern design? I have heard that Teslas will have a new interior seat provider, so look for some possible changes to the seats as well. But this is really important as well, something you're not going to see in these pictures. My last video, I did talk about the new chips inside of hardware 4. So if hardware 4 is in these new Project Highland models, which I believe they will be, that new chip was a reworked infotainment center. So we echo this. We see this in the article right here. It says Tesla could plan to roll out other features. Initial reports last fall said that the infotainment system was getting a new functionality as part of this overhaul. So right there, it echoes hardware 4 in the infotainment center. Look for changes to that whole entertainment dash screen coming up soon. Elon is visiting the Shanghai facility. We have not seen a leaked image in detail yet of Project Highland. He did hint that it would be something covered at this Shanghai visit. So if you're interested in seeing that new leak when it happens, make sure to subscribe. I'm gonna make a full video when that comes out. Are we gonna see changes to the interior and exterior like it's being reported right here? Only time will tell, but the answers are coming soon. So do you order right now? When's the right time to buy? Well, let me leave you with this. If you're looking at a Model 3, now is absolutely the best time to place your order. Now, when you place your order is up to you. Number one, do you take delivery of a current inventory car that does not have the refresh, or do you wait for the Project Highland? I think July 1st might be that magical date where we see the refresh. So stick around to make sure you get the updates on that. We'll cover it on the channel. I think right now the prices have never been lower. The incentives right now on the EV tax credits are fantastic. For that rear wheel drive to get the full $7,500, that is brand new. That has never happened before. So just factor in which type of Model 3 you want, the refresh or the current inventory. A few final tips if you are thinking about a Model 3. Number one, just recently the range for the long range Model 3 was announced at 333 miles. So now you know exactly when you're factoring in, do I get the rear wheel drive, the long range, or the performance? Now that they all qualify for that EV tax credit, you have all the information. That's new range information that just came out. If you're looking for a daily driver, I use the rear wheel drive as my daily driver. For some perspective, I put around 1,500 miles per month on my Model 3. And in comparison, that's a good amount of miles per month. I've had zero problems with range anxiety, especially if you're gonna charge at home. I would definitely recommend the rear wheel drive if you're just trying to get into a Tesla, even the base model, and you don't need a lot of miles, and you're okay with that rear wheel drive. So factor that in, especially if you live in climates that get a lot of snow in the winter, factor that in as well. The Model 3 is changing from price decreases on current inventory to new EV tax credits in a refreshed version coming very, very soon. The only way I know that you liked this video and that you're out there watching is to drop a like and consider subscribing. If you are purchasing a Tesla, I would really appreciate if you used my referral link down below. You can enter to win a free Cybertruck, free supercharger miles, free accessories with the credits you receive from using a referral link. Whether it's mine or someone else's, make sure to use one of those referral links. Again, this is Matt from Frunk to Trunk. We will see you in the next video.